Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Salwa. I am joined once again by my friends Andy Zhang and Sunny Dougal. This is a real estate podcast, so today we're going to talk a lot about what 2024 in real estate holds for us. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you, Salwa. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
So 2024, it's been an interesting month so far. Where do you guys think the year is going to go for us?
You want to start, Sunny?
Well, for us, I am forecasting a 30% increase in what I did last year based on the numbers that I have calculated. For the market, I'm thinking there will be a price increase of about 5 to 7% than where we were last year.
Oh, wow.
That's just my instinct to where I see it.
Well, I think that with the price increase, for sure, and it comes down to the interest rate, right? And we know that most likely it's going to be in either April, lesser chance, or in June, with higher chance of cutting the interest rate. At that time, we're obviously a lot of people are jumping in right now. As you can see, we're discussing earlier about 85 offers in Mississauga, 35. I think 35 offers in Aurora 2 days ago as well. So has been a lot of multiple offer going on due to because of interest rate it is going to be coming down. Number one. Number two is due to lack of inventories.
Yeah, but also the interesting thing is 85 offers, 35 offers. It just shows there's so many buyers that are still looking to buy. And maybe a lot of people were just waiting on the sidelines and now they're like, we can't wait anymore. We got to make a move. Isn't that so optimistic?
I think it's got to do with inflation a little bit. It sounds, synonymous to the fact, that, springtime, everything is going to pick up. But there is a logic to where I see it, where there's always a buzz that the interest rate is not going to change. And people have gotten used to it. And now people are saying, what the hell? Now we got to do something. Either it's going to be downsizing, upsizing, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. And
that's where it's heading to. I don't see anything changing till later in the spring. The rates are going to be held, and then there's going to be a decrease maybe. But it's an optimistic market. I was doing some research just for self-awareness, and of course you're giving me or us an idea of what we were talking about. Just your viewers should know, that the expected transactions all across Canada is about 500,000 transactions this year.
Wow. And how does that compare to last year?
450,000 transactions last year. And at the peak, 2021, where the market was going crazy, 600,000 plus transactions. So
I didn't know about that stats.
That's amazing.
that is amazing. All I know is about Toronto, Greater Toronto area. So
share with us.
Yes, Greater Toronto area last year, I think it was the lowest in the last 22 years in terms of transaction-wise. Damn. So this year, it's going to be better than last year. And we do see the increase of transaction-wise, increase of average price as well. So Sunny mentioned that about 5 to 7%. I do see that as well, right?
Don't you think that 5 to 7% is going to be very different in different parts of the GTA?
It's average. It's just average, right?
Absolutely.
And if somebody were to sell right now,
yes,
would you say wait until late spring?
Now the question comes down to: are they going to be buying?
Precisely.
Yes.
Are they just? If they are upsizing, they shouldn't wait because it'll even out. But if they are exiting the market, then they should wait, I guess. Because comes busy time or where there is interest rate, even a 0.25% drop, just, it's a mental game where people are going to start jumping and there's going to be bidding wars left, right, and center.
It's already.
It's already.
It's already.
And people are, generally when prospecting or talking to people are willing to wait it out. Okay, we don't get it, that's fine. But then there's going to be like a frenzy where, we want in is where I see it. So
I have a home seller at it's a condo in Scarborough where she want to cash out only. Because she's retired. She's going to be retired soon, as she owns another condo.
Nice.
And she wanted to cash out this property, and I told her, I think that was back in November of last year. I told her you can wait until spring.
Yeah.
So right now I've been reaching out to her, saying it's a good time to actually
List. Yeah.
maybe not right at this moment at February 1st, maybe middle of February, end of February. We'll see how the market goes as well. But like is it for going back to your question, that is it a good time for a home seller to sell their home? Of course. Now it depends on where the situation at.
Yeah.
Right. End of last year, I told the lady that you should wait it out because you're not going to be buying and you're not going to be investing in real estate again. Then wait it out. And I do predict that from last year, saying that the spring market, early spring will be a hot market, but I didn't see that again. It was a very early spring in January, right?
I feel like realtors, are kind of notorious for always saying, it's a hot market, buy. Of course, we're realtors, we're going to say that. But in reality, we're helping a lot of people that have to buy or have to sell. So,
Well, at the end of the day, we can say what we can say, but it ultimately comes down to, is there a need, for somebody to act on? Only then will they act. I mean, we can do what we can do to push them further in the conversation, right? And that's our job.
Very good question. Very good point over there, Sunny. That for going back to the point of first-time home buyer, when is a good time to buy? When do you think, Salwa?
whenever you realize that you're paying too much in rent and you might as well become an owner, it's a great time to buy.
Yes. Now, that's for sure. That's one of the point, and I do believe that for first-time home buyer, as long as they have the down payment ready for the price that they'll be looking for, as well as the monthly payment. If that monthly payment makes sense to them, or if they can afford it, then they should be buying at any time, given time, because you work just like what you're going to saving. You're building your equity for your own self rather than for the landlords, right? Make your landlord rich.
That's true. No, and I'm doing math for a lot of first-time home buyers right now, because some people that are almost at the end of their lease, like their lease is ending and they're contacting me and they want to buy, they want to get into another lease. And then when we do the math, we realize that the rental market is also pretty high. So if you were to go into another lease, pay $2,700 a month for a 1-bedroom or a 1+ den in some areas, you might as well, put down a down payment and pay a couple $100 more and own that property. So a lot of those potential lease renewals turned into first-time home buyers. And it sounds very daunting to some people because, having a down payment available, it's like, oh my God, how much do I need? 30, 40, 50,000? No, you can save close to $30,000, $35,000, and there's a lot of opportunities in the condo market right now.
Yes. And that's why Sunny's saying that you are the queen of the first-time home buyers.
I'm the queen. I feel like I connect with them, because I want to go on the whiteboard and make a plan for savings for them. And I love helping the first-time home buyers.
One point that I want to add through your platform to anybody who's a potential first-time home buyer is to just be flexible enough or open-minded to taking the information in. It may not seem the perfect home, or it may not be the ideal scenario, but you're gonna come out winning at the end of the day. But a lot of apprehension is, oh no, I need this area, this many rooms, this
layout, this kind of kitchen.
We can go back and talk about our first home was nowhere close to being perfect, but we got into it and there was passive appreciation, and then you can build on that appreciation and act on moving towards the best home that is for their family.
Yes.
So flexibility is key.
I always wonder what it would be like for first-time home buyers if they were as lucky as me. Because my first-time home buyer story it's like a story of the dreams, right? I bought my first condo in 2016 for $315,000. And a year later, it appreciated to 500 something.
Wow.
So I know that can happen, every year.
Yes.
And when it happened, there was a few really smart people that inspired me to sell it and buy 2 homes with it.
Yes.
So
Smart.
So like a lot of people that are on the fence right now, now is the time to make that move, because a year from now, 5 years from now, there will be a huge win for you.
Exactly. If you look back in terms of real estate histories of Toronto or Canada, you always see that it's keep on going up. Right? It might have some dips, but it rebounds.
Yeah.
Million people coming in every year.
Yes.
Houses
Exactly.
not available. Does not take a rocket scientist to know where it's going.
Exactly.
So
But it's very interesting that the home prices are, relatively high compared to 10, 15 years ago. But the rental prices are pretty high too.
crazy.
So now is the best time, to make a move on that first time home buyer ship, because rent is so high either. I remember 2020, 2021, when rent was a little low, people were pausing.
Yep.
Because you could get a one-bedroom condo for $1,600, $1,700, unheard of. Now that price has gone up to $2,700, $2,800. So if you're on the fence, this is a really good time to get in touch with your mortgage brokers and see if the numbers make sense.
And get in touch with Salwa afterwards.
And of course, get in touch with me if you're a first-time home buyer.
Or get in touch with her and she can connect you to a trusted broker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me. I am the trusted broker.
A mortgage broker.
Mortgage broker.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what
That.
Yes.
Oh, that too. Of course,
Yes.
All the
mortgage
affiliates.
partners. Yeah,
So-
how
so-
important do you think is that? Like having good mortgage partners you trust?
Very, very important. Yin and yang almost.
Yeah.
Because we can find them the perfect home, but if they're, the deal can't come through based on financing, then nothing's going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. You took my word.
You guys are like in each other's head these days. I find that in the last
I'm
year.
in a good space.
Yeah, you're in a good space.
Yes.
But don't you think in the last year, the banking guidelines and everything has become so much tighter? Because I was working with a first-time home buyer recently, and we put in we were a part of 6 offer negotiations, and almost all of them we lost by 4 to 5K because
Only?
the banks had serious guidelines on the number they can't go above based on maintenance fee and other things. So I've never seen that. I've always seen some flexibility. 4 to 5,000 is nothing. But to lose a condo repeatedly for 4 to 5,000, I had never seen that before.
In that case, I would actually highly recommend the buyer to prepare that extra $5,000, $10,000 aside to make sure that they can pay on their own
Yeah.
on top of the mortgage, right? So that they won't lose that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Comes down to what I said, flexibility. Again,
Correct.
they have to have, and I can bet almost my own money that they do have those additional funds
I
somewhere.
just don't want to spend it.
It's not, and I am not judging anybody.
Yeah.
It's a big commitment for them
Yeah.
to make that step from renting to actually
Of
making the
course.
move. So it's got to do with they being apprehensive more than anything else. Is
Yeah.
where that's my personal thought. And some people may not have the resources. Then friends, family, bank, leverage
Yeah.
everything you can, but get in a home.
Yeah, get in a home, of
It's
course.
going to be one of the most valuable investment they're going to come in, right? So if you're losing away from $4,000 or $5,000 just because of that, then you should find a way, no matter what, friends, family, whatever. Just find a way, $4,000 or $5,000, get it done, right?
Because it's somebody's going to make a purchase and then what?
Yeah.
They still have to do stuff. So I
Yeah.
can bet you 5,000 is not an issue.
Yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
either the clients are just being too tough
Yeah.
and thinking that they're doing a good thing by just saving money. Ultimately, no. It's just they're
Yeah. And some people, some clients are looking at the comps and thinking that, okay, this number is not justified. So it's like
where are they seeing these comps?
House Sigma.
Okay, that should go based.
I know. That's why I sometimes
that-
hate House Sigma. 'Cause
No,
I'm like,
I think there are going to be regulations in place where they can't
yeah.
predict stuff
And also
per se.
seeing what
They can
stuff sold for. House Sigma shows that too.
Yeah, that's fair. That should be accessible to all people and
Yeah.
any potential buyer or sellers. This way they are well informed
Yep.
and they can make an informed decision. But predicting something from a non-professional or an AI bot, that is senseless to me.
Correct.
And
that gets-
I've had this so many times. So I seen my home is worth this much, and I asked them, like I asked you, how?
Yeah.
Oh, this site says. I
Yeah.
said, eventually in my head I'm thinking, are they going to pay you also, or
Exactly.
they just going to make this up? Then it's a fight against you showing them facts, hard numbers. This is what it can sell for based on this condition, these renovations. This is what it is. This is what we can do. This is what we can do. Yes or no?
Yeah. But then you also have, so when it comes to buyers, of course, as agents, we do have some influence. We have to be able to share with our buyers our expertise, but it becomes more difficult when you're listing a home and the consensus is how Sigma said this is the price. So
Yeah.
like you have some difficult sellers that have a number in mind, which is nowhere close to
Yeah.
what
And
your evaluation is.
yeah, and my evaluation is coming from hard data, from houses or condos that have actually sold. I can't just make up 100,000 from somewhere and say, yes, here you go.
Yeah.
Because House Sigma is claiming, and no offense to anybody, House Sigma included, but as professionals, we are in it to do a job, and we should be true precedent to being
Correct.
accountable to what we are saying. We, a doctor can't make up stuff, or a lawyer can't just say random stuff, right? It has to be concrete.
Correct.
And as agents or professionals, we have to be very concrete of where we
So
are
we're
coming
real estate doctors then.
For sure.
Professionals, any professional
Yeah.
per se.
I think that as a real estate agent, we're problem solvers.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to solve the problems of what homeowners, home sellers, what they're at, situations. Let's take an example of a listing a property.
Yeah.
The property is not in a good condition.
Yeah.
It needs cleanups. What are you gonna do? You're gonna find a cleaners, clean the properties. The house needs some work. Get a professional contractor, paint the property, fix the floorings if it needed, make it presentable so that when we showcase the properties, it has its best value, right? So that's why I always say we're problem solvers, right?
I like that.
Yes.
And we should create a list of affiliates so we can suggest to our clients, okay, this you're looking for a mortgage broker that we mentioned, or a real estate lawyer, cleaners, which Andy just mentioned, you're looking for a storage truck, movers. We can help them all the way along. Once they come on board or hire us to do a job, whether it's buying and selling, we can help them right through.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. So what would you recommend to people that are looking to invest this year? Like, should they make a move now or also wait for spring to add to their portfolio?
I think the point right now at this current moment, there is lack of inventories. If you want to go into as an investment property right now, you're going to be competing with a lot of home buyers.
Like primary residence
Yes,
buyers.
it's going to be very kind of tough.
Yeah.
But I do see that when we go into May, June, July, in the summer, towards the summer months, you'll see going to be inventory is going to be picking up again.
Got
Right?
it.
And that time I do see that I think the price is going to be steady and pretty flat going forward towards the spring, in the summer months, right?
Very exciting.
Very different opinion on this one. I think personally, there is tremendous opportunity on the distress side of things for investors.
Right.
Of course, location is key, knowing your budget and making sure there is some kind of an ROI, or work with a professional to do all that work. Just don't randomly pick a place and go invest. No. I mean, know your facts, know your rights, but tremendous opportunity because people have made irrational decisions at the peak where everybody was in a frenzy buying.
Yeah.
And that's where there is money to be made, So
Yeah.
that's where I am personally investing at this time. So I highly recommend all your buyers should talk to you about distressed opportunities.
Yeah, for sure.
And we bring that to the table, obviously.
I think I think that coming back depends on the location as well, right? If you're looking at some areas where there's why they're not selling. I mean, if there's not selling, there's a reason why they're behind it. Go find those ones. But if they're going to competition with multiple offer situation, sometimes it doesn't worth it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying earlier, I think that it's just going forwards in the summer months, there are going to be more homes available for them to pick from.
Because just in the last 3-4 weeks, there have been some properties, for example, in the York region that were not selling for about 60 days. And all of them, at least I know 5 with the address that I was actually talking to a few different prospects. In 1 week, all of them were sold conditional and sold firm.
Wow.
So
what was the price range of these properties?
800K.
Okay, so not like a small condo or anything.
No, 800K. A starter home, 3, in some cases 3+1
Wow.
in one. So, and they were on the market 60 days plus, believe it or not. So there is opportunity as long as you're working with a professional that's committed to finding you the right property.
Right.
So,
Yep, finding a right agent, right? Like Salwa.
The right agent, of course. Do you think there's a lot of right agents in Toronto right now?
we got a handful at the ENRICH Group.
We got a few great ones in the ENRICH Group. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, it's all relative to me, you know, because it depends on what you want to call as a great agent per se or a good agent. But I still think, yes, people are doing a good job. Of course, there will be a handful of people that will not be ethical about things and so on and so forth. But majority, I see a lot of positivity because everybody is trying to earn an honest living. Mm-hmm. And I see big things for the real estate industry. That's my take.
There's a lot of opportunity out there. But the thing, going back to your question, I mean, there is going to be, not that they're not ethic, but sometimes they don't have the guidance. I think that's main.
Perfect.
It's a guidance.
Great point.
So if somebody did not do enough deals last year because they didn't have guidance or mentorship, what would you tell them for 2024? What to do?
Well, I mean, having a right group of people, I think finding a like-minded people to actually to collaborate, which is very important. So that's why I say guidance is very important. Not everyone. I mean, there's people out there that wanting to do business, but they don't know how to do it. Right?
Yeah.
And there's people out there who knows what to do, but they're not, their need is not there. So it really depends. And going back to the ethic point is that some people need guidance.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that I think that we see that a lot of agents are good, it's just that they need some guidance as well. Yes.
Great point. There also has to be a factor of, want versus need, which Andy mentioned. Are they committed to do the basics or simple things?
Yeah.
Whether it's finding business to actually talking to the customer and understanding what they want and catering to it. Some people or agents, and I've been there, are on looking for a shiny object. There's multiple ad agencies, quote unquote, people selling leads and booking appointments. It does not happen like this.
Yeah.
So I was talking to an agent and they had a very valid point. Okay, this XYZ agent came into the business and in 2 years is doing these many deals and, has so many agents and so on and so forth. So if he can, we can. I said, do you know that person? And they said, no, we've just met him once or twice. So I had some information about that agent. So he's got a tech background and he has a certain infrastructure that he's built. And based on that, he's cashing out on some product. Mm-hmm. So that's what is typically happening. Can anybody replicate it without a tech background? Not possible.
Interesting.
So keep it very simple. That's what my motto is, to do the job and the results will come. If it won't come maybe today, maybe tomorrow or the next day or in next month, but it'll come.
So how important do you guys think mindset is in our business?
I think mindset it's very important and come down to the motivation. And this morning I was talking about 3 questions that we as a realtor should actually ask ourselves. What are we looking for? That's number 1. What are we as an agent? What is our goal? What are we looking for? Number 2 is why are we wanting that to reach that goal, right? Third question, what are we willing to give up to reach that goal? So if we have that going, write it down on exactly what we need to do, I think that an agent will, and have the exact path on what to do daily, they will succeed.
So you think routine is necessary?
Yes, yes.
Mindset over everything.
Yeah.
If you can be positive, then you can conquer anything. Any fear, of course, it's going to be hard. It's meant to be hard. There is money. There's no doubt that agents are paid well, and it shouldn't be easy. It is a very high stress environment. Comes with but we have to be protecting our mindset or be in our good space or do everything that we need to do, whether it's affirmations or motivational book or whatever floats your boat. Just make sure that you are taking care of your mind first, and then offering the service that you want to offer.
So how would you start your day, Sunny?
It's been the same, but
5 a.m. Wake up.
yeah.
How would you pump up your mindset?
What do you do
for the day?
Okay, so just before we role play,
That's too late. 8:30 a.m.
No, I just pumping, just getting excited, ready for action. Basically, then I just do some affirmations and just try to move and get in the right space. Of course, I stand when I'm making calls. I don't sit down. This is typically how I prospect. If I start as soon as I get up, I try and listen to something that's motivational. So Brendan Bouchard puts up a message every, it's morning fire. I don't miss it. It's about 15 minutes. He will say something that resonates almost every single time. Growth Day is the app, in case your viewers are curious on what that is.
Growth days?
Growth Day.
I like that.
And if you are an EXP agent, then you get that for free.
Reach out to Sunny.
That's so cool. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll get it too.
Then EXP has purchased it for a year, so you get that.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
yes.
So that's typically how I start, of course, and then get some sort of an exercise, and then get to the office early. He brings up a very good point on when it's weekend, people are partying and just letting loose and taking it easy, and which is very fair. But he says my Monday starts on a Sunday, where I'm planning at least the later half of the day to what I want to and he quotes Oprah a lot of the times, whenever he starts a meeting or anything that he wants to do. Okay, what is the agenda? Even before he gets into those shoes, or he speaks to about 10,000 people on an average.
That's awesome.
In his events. So when those folks do it, we should replicate it, as to have a clear agenda as to this is what I want to do, this is what the number of my contacts that I'm going to reach out, or my buyers, these many sellers, or whatever case may be. So that's what I'm trying to replicate on a daily basis, non-negotiable till at least 12 o'clock, just being true to the process, and results will come.
Amazing.
What about you?
My schedule is right now, I'll say, not as early as Sunny, but the goal the goal is to wake up, to meditate, and read a book, which I have that some days. Want to get back and then do some exercise, and then and have breakfast. Take my son to the school and be here before, I'll say about 8 o'clock. I'll be here, and then just
awesome.
prepare myself a bit. 8:30, we either on a role play or I'll be on a mastermind call. So that's my mornings, how I get started. But in terms of my mindset, I think meditation really help.
I agree.
Meditation will really help.
Yes.
Did you try?
I have been meditating from the past couple of weeks, and I'm slowly trying to, keep my mind quiet. We have this habit of reaching out for the phone as soon as we wake up.
Yeah,
I do. I'm just trying to avoid that as much as possible.
At least for the first hour.
Yes,
Yeah.
so, to something to that effect.
How can we do that?
Well, I got an actual alarm clock.
Yes.
That is not my phone. I keep my phone outside in the living room now. So when the alarm is ringing, I have to get out of bed and turn off the alarm. But I don't need to.
Do you go back?
So this year so far, it's been pretty solid. Like I
Okay, that's
haven't been
good.
going back to bed.
Okay.
But there have been some mornings where I don't even hear the alarm and I sleep through a bunch of alarms. There's some mornings like those. But meditation, I'm focusing on it this year because I'm a very reactive person, and in the business you can't be reactive. So it calms me a little bit. But even now, like even there's still some days when I wake up in the morning, and even if I push just for an hour before I look at my phone, I would look at my phone and the stress will just start, right? Because I have buyer clients or an agent messaging me about something, and it's like, oh my God, I have to deal with so many fires. And I have to learn to separate me from the problems. The problems become me. It becomes my responsibility to take care of all the problems. And I'm trying to avoid that.
Any solutions, Sunny?
I keep telling her
Yeah, he deals with it a lot.
So my only, as much as you care, which is an amazing quality that you have, and we should care for our clients because they are putting their life savings or their trust in us. But after a point, we just have to remove ourselves out of that transaction. The emotion takes over, and it's not in our control. For instance, if there is a deal that is done, so where there is an offer that's accepted, it's mortgage broker that's working on it or a banker, and they are, for example, the documents are not being sent in time. That's something that
I can't control.
But she gets into it. And the mortgage broker or somebody will reach out, and then she'll go, oh, this is not happening. No, calm down. Send them a message, and if they can't happen, then they have to deal with it.
Yeah.
If it's anything else, at least this is what I am trying to do. How many things can we control here and do justice with? Yeah. Especially when, for me, it's difficult. It's different to Salwa because I'm finding business people. My majority of my business is with new clients, so I have to be in the best headspace to be able to combat and overcome any objections that they have and move them further or get an appointment and so on and so forth. So I can't just be, spoon feeding literally. And I'm willing to do that at my downtime. I want to make sure, all the deals close, everybody gets their home, everything is good. I get my commission. Yes, exactly. I'm selfish. But
no, that's not selfish.
Yeah, I'm just saying, in all honesty, I would want to help them, but I can't be there every time.
And I think that's what it is, because we want to be busier.
Yes. It's business maturity. It's a part of,
So things will just get busier. So how do we manage more business if we can't even handle just this much? I'm talking about me. If I'm going crazy with what I have, that's not conducive to me growing my business.
So one of the things that I thought of after Sunny spoke is that what you should do is that create a client where you have a group of clients, like say a buyer, a group with you, your assistant, and a buyer together. Have the buyer say, if you have any questions, please address to the group. We will either myself or my team will actually answer the questions for you. If I'm busy, I'll return your call or return it afterwards. Always tell them up front. Say, we'll create a group with my assistant, my team, so that everyone's on the same page.
I like that.
Fair enough?
I like that. Give me an assistant now.
You have one.
I do.
Right?
But I want more.
Yes. So let's get more.
That comes down to more leverage, ultimately comes down to more business maturity and so on and so forth. But anybody has to be doing the activity to understand what leverage is. People usually hold their business close to their chest and say, hey, we can't share this. I do this better. Even for me, I can follow up, or I can, push them or convince them, versus somebody else may do 50% of it into 3. They can replace 100% into 150, right?
That would be amazing.
So it's having those systems in place, and we have to be there, but we can't be there in every place per se. And this is one of my goals this year, is to build an efficient system where everything is relatively taking care of itself in the best way possible.
Awesome. Number 1 would be leverage. Number 2 is put yourself out of the situation, because, for example, mortgage situation, things happens, it's out of your control. Like, let's say
Totally out
if
of
a
my
deal
control.
fell through, what can you do? But as a human being, we will be attached and move on quickly.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
key.
true.
Now, how do we do that? The best way is get more deals.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, get more deals.
Deals will
Yes.
solve, I mean, depending on what level, we heard Cheplak say recruiting is going to solve every problem.
Yeah.
At the stage that I am, transactions will solve every problem that I have.
Correct.
In the meantime, we have to provide a high customer service, and that's the reason we have a group of chat that we're going to be there all the time. Either myself or my team will address your question right
Yeah,
away.
right
Hopefully that we can get that done. So customer service is the key.
Yeah, that way, if you can. Otherwise, what I simply tell when the client is actually calling me and they don't stop, and I'm sure you guys know what, and I usually say, answer the phone. I am busy with something, but I will get back to you. Do me a favor, if it's a lawyer or a broker or anybody that needs attention, email them and then copy me, and I'll make sure that I get you an answer before the end of the day,
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
That's fair.
Yeah.
This way, and then I will quickly get the assistant to send the person a message, or I'll quickly message, and then I can move on.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
a couple of things, food for thought, just in case that'll help.
Yes.
That's
Exactly.
awesome. So any new things that we should be excited about for this year for your guys' business?
Well, we have an office in Mississauga. That's
Very
exciting.
exciting.
That's very exciting for
So
our
we have
group.
Richmond Hill and Mississauga
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be ENRICH Group will have 2 locations to serve all their customers, and whether it's agents, they can bring their customers or clients here, talk to them, and so on and so forth. So that is something that we are really looking forward to.
Exactly.
now. Yep. That sounds amazing.
How are we doing for time?
3:46.
Pretty good.
You've been going for about 30
How's our life going?
lots of people coming and going.
Coming in and
It's
going,
amazing.
right?
TikTok, like, there's people just, a lot more people.
Yay. Thank you, TikTok.
I got them, like, when I open a conversation with you guys, oops. 6 people watching.
That's
Still
amazing.
not bad.
Yeah,
Still not bad. but-
6
Talk
people.
to them.
6 people are.
Thank you for watching us, you guys. You'll be able to see the full episode very soon on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Podcasts.
Perfecto.
Yay.
Thank you for joining us. If there's any content that you would like to hear from us later on, put in the chat, and then we will actually talk about that next time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Great
It
point.
doesn't mean it won't be in this kind of situation, but a live situation.
Yeah.
The Queen of Sultan says looking forward to it.
Amazing. Thank you, Queen of Sultan.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this
Raph?
was a very informative episode. Thank you so much for watching us. And if you have any more topics that are real estate related or non-real estate related, share in the comments. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cameron says, can you go on Zoom? Queen of Sultan says, can you talk about house flipping?
House
Of
flipping.
course I can. House flipping is amazing.
Yes, yes,
A
we
little
can talk about
expensive
that.
right now, but we can
Flipping, yeah.
totally talk about
Yeah,
that.
we are flippers,
I've-
real estate flippers.
I've earned money in flipping and I have lost a lot of money in
Professional
flipping. So I
flipper.
can tell you all about it.
Absolutely.
Salwa, a DM.
Yes, send me a DM. I'll definitely set up a call with you and we'll do an episode about flipping.
Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, we can do that.
They say awesome.
If there's anything
Hey.
that we can help with real estate, reach out DM Salva. We will here to help.
Amazing. Yay,
All right.
that was awesome,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.